Hello, welcome to the CitiNewsroom. My name is Vivian Kai, local.
And I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. Coming up.
Accra Metropolitan Assembly begins enforcement of mandatory wearing of face masks in public places.
The mayor asked me to make sure each and everyone in circle here will be with the mask. If not that, we should check all the vehicles, especially the trotro. Those who doesn't have it, we have to drop them.
Ghana Medical Association unhappy with delay in the release of results of suspected COVID-19 cases tested by the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research.
It's an average of 5 to 7 days to receive results. At times even weeks. It can be a week or two. But that's the average of sample sent to KCCR.
Also coming up, scores of importers stranded at the Tema port as they struggle to clear their goods due to the unavailability of a platform for declarations.
Cannot pass declaration and the containers are accumulating demurrage. It's affecting us. Look at us. We are sitting down idle without doing anything.
And later, Supreme Court dismisses application seeking to quash measure of Danets, Starwin and Atin.
Let's bring you details of our stories. And the Accra Metropolitan Assembly has begun enforcing the mandatory wearing of face masks in the capital.
Persons who failed to adhere to the rule were turned away or made to buy and wear one on the spot on Wednesday.
Now, the mandatory wearing of the face masks is part of measures instituted by the government to prevent further spread of COVID-19. Michael Ogbedu has more.
So behind me there is an AMA official asking everybody who is in the trotro without a nose mask to alight, including the driver. And that's the situation here at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, right under the bridge. Anybody who's commuting into town without a nose mask is meant to return or acquire one on the spot. We'll talk to some passengers, possibly some of the nose mask sellers and the officials, and bring you up to speed with the issue here. So tell me, what do you make of the operation today?
Oh, very interesting, very good, because without these preventions, some people are going to get more infected. It's simple as that.
Why weren't you wearing yours?
No, I have one. It's here when I was coming on the way.
And now you've been forced to buy one, not so?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I went to the fitting shop and my phone was giving me problem and I just passed by to repair it, so I just forgot it at home. Okay, it's good idea. It's good idea, but unfortunately, I apologize. So next time, I'll not do that mistake. Oh, I can buy it, but I don't have money on me now. I need it. It will protect me yet, but I don't have money on me now.
We're here with one of the sellers of the nose mask. We're going to ask her how business has been so far. Madam Pacho, you started operation. Is your business the same?
You see, my friends say business here. Me talk cosmetics. But marketing in quantity. When you buy, no, obi chamuna say, o shebia. Ni advice no atobi. Inti aye ne bo aso nya di 22 cedi.
See what Tom say.
Oh, media me sha asia ni nche. See aye na me sha asia ba kakra kita me no. Eguso aye to.
And so we have Ibrahim Tete here. He's the one in charge of this operation by the AMA. So So Ibrahim, tell me, how's the operation going so far?
Yeah, very nice. And as you also here witness what is going on, I think it's good for all of us. The exercise we are doing now from the mayor and the regional minister. The mayor asked me to make sure each and everyone in circle here will be with the masks. If not that, we should check all the vehicles, especially the trotro. Those who doesn't have it, we have to drop them down for them to go and have it before joining them, or we have to let them go back.
So tell me, how long is this operation going to last?
We are here until the president will say, now it is okay, so everyone should remove the mask, then we'll stop coming here. But so far the president said, and the regional minister and the mayor will make sure that every blessed day we'll be here and check each and everyone in circle. And even not only the vehicles, those who are selling, the traders, also will be part of it. And we'll make sure those who doesn't wear the mask on the pavement, we will sack each and everyone on the pavement, not only the vehicles.
So you heard it there from Mr. Tete. If you don't want to experience the inconvenience of being asked to alight from the car you are in and buy a nose mask, come to town wearing your nose mask. Reporting for City News, my name is Michael Obodun.
Authorities at the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly have asked traders at Asampa Pizza near Kejitia to cease operations in the area following the traders' failure to comply with the social distancing protocol to help curb the spread of the coronavirus.
Now, the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly has subjected all traders in the area to compulsory COVID-19 tests and is also set to disinfect the area.
But the traders say they were not properly consulted before the action was taken. We have more on this report filed by Edward Opon-Mafo.
A task force from the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly was deployed to the area on Wednesday to prevent all persons from engaging in their usual activities. Security guards from KMA were seen parking containers belonging to traders into vehicles to the assembly's premises. According to the traders, they have been made to test for coronavirus and are waiting their results. Some traders who spoke to City News indicated that they were not given proper reasons to stop operations in the area.
My main concern is, here is where we eat. We get something to eat. We don't have anywhere to go. We can't take gun and go and rob. We can't take gun and go and rob. We are sitting here. We haven't done anything wrong. We haven't done anything wrong. You are telling us to do social distance. Social distance. You have to allow us, or you have to arrange us, so that we can do what you want us to do. We haven't done anything. When you came, you tell us to remove everything from here. Without telling us anything.
President has spoken, the President of the Republic, and we should abide by the rules and the regulation. We are abiding citizens. Are you with me? If they say social distances, you abide by it. Yes. But not to the extent that they will evacuate us from here. Yes. We've been here for more than 40 years, and we want to be dealing in our business over here.
Yeah, the authorities in Twitter give us authority to go and do a coronavirus. And we did it. But as long as 24 hours, the tests have not come out, you can never evacuate us. Because when the test is not come out, how can we know this one is infected and this one is not infected? Right? Within 24 hours, how can we know the test? That's how the major thing is. So the most important thing is the authorities and the mayor and the whole Ashanti region must know that we are not the slaves. We are real Ghanaians and we are the job workers over here. So we have to know either because of coronavirus they are equating us or they are not.
Reacting to the issue, authorities at the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly said the exercise is to ensure the place is disinfected, and as such, the leadership of the traders were adequately engaged. Efia Kunadu is the Public Relations Officer of KMA.
Last week Thursday, MEXEC together with management of the Assembly visited the CBD, and then we got to Asempa PZ, and we realized that those who do or who are into the trading of mobile phones, second-hand mobile phones, batteries, and all sorts of products in that enclave were packed. There was no social distance, and even the traders who were coming to ply their trade, they were even struggling to enter. So MedSec asked them if they've not heard the numerous education that has been ongoing all this while. And so MedSec asked for the place to be closed down. And then the chief executive demanded that they go for a compulsory COVID-19 test. And you go there Monday, their tables are there. Tuesday, their tables are there. And then yesterday, that was when they came to tell the chief executive that they can't get a place to take their tables and their kiosks. So the chief executive asked a truck from the assembly to go there and carry their tables and bring them to an open space within the assembly so that we can wash the place, disinfect the place, and then map up for them to come back and trade. So they are aware of every step we've taken. We've taken them in consultation with their executives. And once they fulfilled all the rules, we don't have any problem with them again.
Away from that, and it appears a lot more Ghanaians are giving meaning to the adage, necessity is the mother of inventions during this COVID-19 pandemic. Now, from the manufacturing of the solar wash to facilitate hand washing and attempts to produce ventilators, a physics teacher at the Kumasi High School has designed what he calls a disinfection chamber that cleanses the entire body, including shirts. Now, the inventor believes the product, which is yet to go through certification by the Ghana Standards Authority, offers better protection against the disease than hand washing. CitiNews's Edward Opon-Mafo again.
32-year-old Samuel Latunde Kwam graduated from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology with a first class in physics in 2015. He is now a physics teacher at the Kumasi High School. Samuel says he has been working on a number of inventions, but during the period of the partial lockdown, he decided to develop an invention to help curtail the spread of COVID-19, which he calls Kwam Disinfection Chamber. He says it uses accepted standards of disinfectants that will help prevent the spread of COVID-19. The device has been designed to either use electricity or solar instead of using hand sanitizers and the hand washing model, which have been recommended by health experts in preventing the spread of the disease. The inventor of the Kwam Disinfection Chamber believes his product is an upgrade since it disinfects the hands and parts of the body, including shirts, within 3 seconds.
There's also a possibility that the virus can come to our skin, our clothes, and other parts of the body. No matter how many times you wash your hands, you could easily reinfect yourself by touching other parts of your body, picking your phone from your pockets, putting your hands in your pockets or other things. So I thought it wise that if there is a way of sanitizing the entire body, it will be helpful. That is why I came out with the Kwam Disinfection Chamber. The Kwam Disinfection Chamber operates in such a way that when you enter, it senses you and start dispensing the disinfectant on your body. So you stay in. It is coming out of 2 directions in a cone form of 70 degrees.
Following the lifting of the partial lockdown, Samuel believes the device could be used at all public places to disinfect all persons. He says even after COVID-19, the products can be used at various health facilities, especially at infectious disease units, to disinfect health workers and patients.
So within this COVID-19 period, this would be useful at marketplaces, other social places, malls, banks, hospitals, to disinfect anybody who goes in there and comes out. And then after the COVID-19, it is still applicable at hospitals, intensive care units, infectious units, where the health worker needs to be disinfected.
Samuel Kwam says he's looking forward to getting the Ghana Standards Authority to certify the product. He also wants government and other groups to partner and support him with funding to scale up operations.
Currently, I am looking at getting the Ghana Standards Authority on board for standardization and certification, and also appealing to governmental organizations, corporate bodies, world bodies to come and help so that in this time we can help curb the spread of the coronavirus.
Authorities at the Ghana Standards Authority say they are beginning processes to ensure that the product goes through all necessary
laboratory business, and then we are also working together to see how best we can also help him. I've also given him some tips that where he will need support or something, so that it's a collaboration. You know, we are under Ministry of Trade and we work with other agencies. We have the National Board for Small Scale Industries. So I've given him those tips that he should follow. We should go through trade and all those. So together we help him then bring out that product to the market.
The inventor of this project, Samuel Kwan, believes that once he's given the needed supports, this project will go a long way of making a greater impact in Ghana and even beyond the shores of the country. For City News, I'm Edward Oponmafo, Kote, Kumasi.
Thank you. Very beautiful houses, very huge ones too. Most of them under construction, some are completed, but these are very expensive houses in the background. An area called Achama in the West municipality with the capital Amasaman. Now this area looks very wealthy if you look at the shots we have for you in terms of the houses that have been built here. But people here do not have water simply because it's a developing area, and the Ghana Water Company Limited is yet to lay the appropriate pipes and also connect the people to the national water grid. What's the water situation in your community like?
Here, if you buy one bucket, 80 pesos. So we are finding it difficult in water. A lot of people too are suffering.
How do you use water to wash your hands, knowing the challenges you go through in accessing water to fight the COVID-19?
If you come to my house, we have made some small gallon. This gallon, we have the small one. We have put stick one here, and then we put one across, and we put that in there. So when you come out, you put wood there, you press it, then you wash your hands. That's the area. Everybody have do some in my area. At the other roadside, everybody have this some. That's the only thing, because they can't afford to buy that bucket. So the only thing that you can do is to do that thing so that your children will come and step on it and wash your hands.
How far is your house from here? I would want to go and see that.
It's not far. It's just here.
Ivy Stone has told us about some innovation they have in ensuring people wash their hands during this corona period. It's intrigued us, and so we've moved in to come and see what she has. Okay. This is what you have. How do you operate it?
I'm coming to operate it for you.
Okay. Oh.
This is how we do it. We be washing our hands every day. When they go and they come out. Every house in this area, they have it. They have it.
Who built this for you?
There's some small guy, small boy like this age. Mm-hmm. She did it and I saw it and I asked her to come and do something for me. Everybody have this thing in his house.
What do you call it? What's the name? We know Veronica Bucket. How do you call this one?
This one we doesn't have the, but your friend Oronza, yes.
Everybody here.
This area, everybody have it.
Okay.
Because when I saw the guy, when I saw the small boys doing it, I told the people in the area. So everybody have do the sand because we can't buy that bucket. So this is the only thing that we can do to help the people in this area.
The community members have gone to fetch the little boy who does this. I hear you built this. Tell me about it.
We was watching television. Some Chinese people were doing it, and we watched it, and we was making it for people.
Oh, I see. Was it difficult to make when you watch it on TV?
Yes.
How difficult was it?
You just cut a tree, 2, 3, slim one, and big 2. One rope, one gallon, and one stick. If you tie the rope on the big stick, the slim stick, if you tie it on the big one, and you put the gallon on it, and you put the rope, you bust the mouth of the cover. The cover, you bust it and you put the rope there and tight it. If you finish, you pour water inside. You use some flat stick to put it under and you step on it. If you step on it, the water will be pouring on your arm.
Very smart. So you decided to do it for other people, or you just did it for your house?
We was doing it for people. They come and call us and we go and do it for them.
Do you charge money for doing it?
As we don't charge, by them they give us to it. They give to us.
They give you money. How much do they give you?
Some people give us 1 cedi, some people give us 5 cedis.
Where are you in school?
Yes.
So if I ask you to give it a name now, what name will you give it? Okay, go ahead. He's saying in Ever that if he says it, he will use his name to give it a name. So let's hear you.
Ramsey stepping gallon.
So that's a very smart one there. Do you know why you have to wash your hands?
Yes.
Why?
Because of the sickness.
Because of the sickness. What's the name of the sickness?
COVID-19.
COVID-19. So your parents also wash their hands? Everybody wash their hands?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So that's a story of innovation here, and we are told that several houses have this particular innovation from these youngsters. I should give you something, eh? Yeah, something small to say thank you for being smart, the two of you, yeah?
God will bless you.
God will bless you too. So that's a brilliant work that they are doing here, and it's exciting what you can find in a rural community.
Researchers at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, who, in collaboration with Incas Diagnostics, have developed a rapid COVID-19 diagnostic test. They say when approved, their rapid test system will significantly contribute to Ghana's strategy to curb the spread of the coronavirus disease. They also say they are developing a PCR testing system which could take between 45 and 50 minutes to get results ready.
According to the researchers from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, their system uses a finger prick, blood, and in lateral flow format, which is similar to blood glucose test or home pregnancy test. It detects 2 different types of antibodies produced by the body to fight off COVID-19 infection about 7 days after infection. It also tests persons who have been exposed to the virus but are not showing signs of having the virus or have already recovered from it. The researchers say the rapid COVID-19 diagnostic test can get results ready within 15 to 20 minutes. According to them, since the main testing centers, Noguchi and KCC, are delayed in getting tests ready because of the PCR system, the introduction of the rapid test kits will help ensure more tests are done within a short period of time. This will help health authorities get early and enough data on persons who have been infected to influence policy decisions on the COVID-19.
When you test somebody, you need to be able to get results and act on the results immediately in real time. But if results are going to come back late, okay, it may delay, the results will be delayed, and which will mean that you may not want to put in place any measures you wanted to. Okay, so this is one place that this particular rapid test, which, like you read from the piece, takes 15 to 20 minutes to do. Okay, we'll be able to tell the health authorities and everybody in real time what the test result is, so they can also act on it immediately. That's important.
The initiative is primarily as a result of a collaboration from researchers from the Department of Medical Diagnostics and Department of Clinical Microbiology at KNUST and Incas Diagnostics, a diagnostics company in Kumasi. They also had support from Dex Technology, Mologic, among others. On the African continent, one country that appears to be using a similar system in testing for coronavirus is Senegal. However, unlike Senegal, Professor Yao Adusakode says Ghana's system is 100% produced in Ghana and may not need support from outside the country in order for it to function fully.
We are basically ready with something that our regulatory authority is going to go through. Senegal hasn't reached that stage yet. Okay. when this thing is ready after optimization, we have a local company that will mass produce it. Okay.
He added that the team is also developing a PCR system which could take between 45 and 50 minutes to get results ready, which will be faster than the current one by the Noguchi and KCCR, which takes 2 to 6 hours. The team is looking forward to having the Food and Drugs Authority to finish assessing it to ensure it is fit for purpose before it is put to use.
So the FDA is going to do some work on this to make sure that it works, it is fit for purpose, okay, before it can be used in Ghana here, okay. Importantly for us, the FDA works with developers as well. So if there are any issues with what you've brought, okay, the FDA will work with you through those so that the process is refined. There are 3 different rapid test kits that we've developed. Okay, 2 of them, FDA is having a look at them now. Next week, they'll have the 3rd one. Okay, they are all from different antigens. Okay, so there are 3 of these we are going to send to FDA for them to work on it, so we know how each of them performs.
You're still watching the CitiNewsroom. When we return, Ghana Medical Association happy with delay in the release of results of suspected COVID-19 cases tested by the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research.
We have that story and more. Don't go away.
Mommy, and you can Accra. Oh no, Quano, there be added for Froba. My way insurance, you know. Wait, a mobile phone insurance. Or be at me, Yebi, as answer Nebuano. At that form, you answer that dial *165#. 3 cedi 60 pesos. I copy 15 cedi 60 pesos. What's me be when your insurance cover? When you know, meet me a man. Where your man who quite saw your money papa account. Where do you say as simple? So who become my way with you? Laughing money in a BNC, I'm one claim insurance. Yes, I see sick. I'm 5% back. *165#. What's me the year savings so? My way insurance. Abamobia. And my way. I said no way. My way.
My way, a product of My Life and MTN Momo.
Extra data, extra minutes, and extra unlimited calls. Not just that, even our extra data doesn't expire. Simply dial *111# to bundle now.
Airtel Tigo. Life is simple.
You're welcome back. Now, the Central Veterinary Lab at Pont Tamale in the Savlugu municipality in the northern region would on Thursday, April 30, begin testing COVID-19. The development comes after the Tamale Public Health and Reference Laboratory on Wednesday began testing for COVID-19. This means the region will now have 2 testing centers to serve the northern zone. The head of the Central Veterinary Lab at Pont Tamale, Dr. Imano Aleje Kujo, said the lab has the capacity to test 500 samples in a day.
we have the capacity, thanks to the Canadian government, which has provided the Pontamale Central Vet Lab with 2 modular container labs. We have biocontainment level 3 and biocontainment level 2, which are fully equipped, and they have provided us with logistics to test for anthrax. And now that we have COVID-19 at hand, we only made few reviews and training to support the testing, so that we can also share the load that is being piled up in Accra and Kumasi. So we are here, we are ready to support the testing of COVID-19 samples from northern Ghana. We are anticipating to work on 500 samples a day, so in a week we'll go to 2,000.
Now, the Bono East and Ahafo branch of the Ghana Medical Association has expressed worry over the delay in the release of results of suspected COVID-19 cases tested by the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research. The association is therefore calling for the upgrade of the Kintampo Health Research Center for COVID-19 testing to aid in the fight against the pandemic in the Bono East and Ahafo regions. CitiNewsroom's Michael Sapomfum has more.
The Bono East and Ahafo regions are yet to record any COVID-19 case. Unfortunately, there is no testing center in these 3 regions and have to depend on the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research. The 3 regions together recorded 202 suspected cases, out of which the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research has released the results of 113, which were all negative. 89 of the cases are still pending. The Ghana Medical Association is worried about the delay in the release of results of suspected tested cases of COVID-19. This, they say, is affecting their planning.
The Ahafo Region Division of GME has noted with great concern the recent increase in the turnaround time for COVID-19 test results due to the increasing backlog of cases at Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research, that is KCCR, which received test samples from the 3 regions in the division, that is Bono East and Ahafo. All our tests have to go to Kumasi, and you could see how difficult it is when the results are not coming for us to act. Currently, it takes an average of 5 to 7 days to receive results, at times even weeks. It can be a week or 2, but that's the average of sample sent to KCCR. And this negatively impacts our effort to managing the pandemic.
Dr. Alexander Kofi Egote is therefore calling for the upgrade of the Kintampo Health Research Center as a COVID-19 testing center. The Kintampo Health Research Center is one of the 3 research fields of the Ghana Health Service, established in 1994.
The Kintampo Health Research Center laboratory has the capacity in terms of human resource and infrastructure. And it is geographically located Ahafo division.
Let's move away from that and go to the courts, because the Supreme Court has adjourned to 13th May the planned delivery of its judgment on whether or not the Special Prosecutor, Martin Amidu, is fit to hold the office.
The judges who were expected to deliver the judgment today adjourned moments after the case was called without giving any reasons. The suit filed by former Deputy Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayine contends that 66-year-old Martin Amidu cannot hold public office.
He is therefore seeking a declaration that, per specific provisions in the 1992 Constitution, the retirement age of all holders of public offices created pursuant to Article 1D is 60 years. Thus, Mr. Amidu is not qualified or eligible to be nominated as the special prosecutor.
Now, Dr. Dominic Aine filed that case in February 2019.
Now, the Supreme Court has also unanimously dismissed an application to quash an order of the High Court which confirmed the merger of Danex Limited, Artin Drug Manufacturing Limited and Starwin Products Limited.
In November 2019, the High Court in Accra granted an order confirming the merger of Danex Limited, Artin Drug Manufacturing Limited and Starwin Products Limited to form Danex Artin Starwin PLC, a public company listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange.
However, the confirmation order was challenged both at the High Court and the Supreme Court. This report has more.
The confirmation order was challenged for several reasons, including the fact of the subsistence of an appeal pending at the Court of Appeal seeking to declare null and void the rights issue conducted by Starwin Product Limited in 2013. It will be recalled that it was by the said rights issue that Danex Limited became majority shareholder of Starwin Product Limited, paving the way for the merger. The action at the High Court and subsequently the Supreme Court was mounted by a number of shareholders, including Mayfield Properties Limited, Dr. Albert G. Bohene, Enviro Solutions Limited, James Akpalu and Samuel Kwesi Ejay. However, by a unanimous decision of the Supreme Court, the application for certiorari was dismissed outright. In previous proceedings, the Court of Appeal on 13th March 2020 and by a unanimous decision dismissed appeals filed by Dr. Albert G. Bohene and Mayfield Properties Limited challenging the right issue conducted by Starwin Product Limited in 2013. The two judgments therefore preserve both the right issue of Starwin Product Limited as well as the subsequent merger between Danex Limited, Artin Drug Manufacturing Limited and Starwin Products Limited. In an earlier interview with City News, the chairman of Das Pharma, Nick Amatefio, explained some key milestones in the merger process.
Starwin, which was owned by a Ghanaian entrepreneur, they were on the stock exchange and they wanted to do a right issue, which meant that since we were already shareholders in that company, we could also partake in the rights issue. So we did go in there, and nobody else wanted to sort of buy the shares. The shareholders didn't want to buy the shares. We came and bought. The problem that we got out of that move is that the board of directors and shareholders of Starwin said no way, even though they have a broker advising them on the right issue and what it meant, that they could lose their company, that they could have a majority shareholder other than them that could dictate how the company moves forward. They said no. The IC Securities, with their broker, had misadvised them. So basically, they don't accept the fact that another company, Danex, will want to come in there and become majority shareholder.
The managing director of the Ghana Stock Exchange, Ekowa Fezi, at the time of the listing of Das Pharma, also touted the anticipated impact of the entity on the local bears.
The size of the company will increase as a result of the merger. They might have a bigger market share in the industry, then also maybe potentially they will make more profit. So that company is coming by valuation about 33 million Ghana cedis as the market cap. So between 517 and now plus the third one becomes 33 million. That is what mergers bring about. They bring about synergies that can increase the size of the market, improve performance, and also maybe boost your market share and also profitability on the market.
You're still watching City Newsroom on City TV. Still ahead, scores of importers stranded at Tema Port as they struggle to clear their goods due to the unavailability of a platform for declarations.
Stay with us, we'll be right back.
What fair? This is a judgment to me, mammy, and you can go Accra. Oh no, Quano, there be added for Froba.
My way insurance, you know. Wait, a mobile phone insurance. Or be at me, Yebi, as I send a bono. At the phone, you answer that dialing *165#. 3 city sister pesos. I copy 15 city sister pesos. What's maybe when insurance cover?
When you know, meet me a man.
But your man who are quite so you many papa count.
Where do you say as simple?
So what become my way with you? Nothing money in a BNC. I'm one claim insurance. Yes, I see sick. I'm 5% back. *165#. What's me the year savings so? My way insurance. Abamobia. And my way. I said no way.
Yeah, my way. My way, a product of my life and MTN Momo.
Imagine if you can get all the understanding on some of the difficult subjects you struggle with in school. As a student, do you feel dissatisfied with how hard it is to figure out a subject you're learning? Or as a parent or guardian, do you worry that your child is struggling to understand some of the subjects in school? Well, now you don't need to sign up for extra lessons or tutors. Simply tune in to Class Act, Mondays to Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. on City TV. Class Act is a show that seeks to enable senior high school students gain a much better understanding of what they learn in school. All you need is a TV, a chair, your notebook, and your pen. Get clarity on subjects such as maths, English, IT, and science. Class Act airs every Monday to Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on City TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182. Don't forget your pens, pencils, and your notebooks and tune in to Class Act only on City TV.
You're welcome back. Now, it's been 2 days since the shutdown of GCNet and West Blue systems at the Tema port, and freight forwarders are unable to clear their goods due to the unavailability of the platform to enable them pass their declarations. The newly introduced Unipass system, which went live yesterday, failed to take entries from freight forwarders who were ready to get their goods cleared out of the port. CitiNews's Tema correspondent Elvis Washington reports that the situation is the same today and has filed a report.
Yesterday, freight forwarders were unable to pay duties and pass declarations at the Tema port because West Blue and GCNet systems had shut down their platforms following a directive from the Senior Minister Yao Osafo-Mafo. Freight forwarders were to make way for a new system to be used in the passing of declaration and subsequent clearance of goods at the port. However, it was a chaotic situation at the Tema port as a single declaration was not passed yesterday because the new Unipass system was not ready for use. Some freight forwarders were seen with their laptop computers in the long room with the hope of getting a solution from authorities, but to no avail.
We are not able to pass any declaration. We are not able to work on the new system. So that's how come we are here.
But 24 hours on, the situation is still the same. Both systems, GCNet and West Blue, continue to remain shut, making it difficult for freight forwarders to clear their goods. Most of them say the situation is going to have a toll on them if government does not resolve its differences with West Blue and GCNet.
Containers are in. I cannot pass declaration, and the containers are accumulating demurrage. As I'm talking to you, I don't know how to explain it for you to understand me. It's affecting us. Look at us. We are sitting down idle without doing anything. Meanwhile, we have jobs at hand to execute. We are sitting down. Shipping line is off. Bank is off. Gapoa is off because they all use the GCNet system. Everything is off. We are appealing to the government to sit down with GCNet. If they will migrate, give us about 3 months or 6 months. Are you getting me? For them to migrate gradually
It's been the same. Yesterday we couldn't transmit any declaration as of yesterday, and today is still the same. But this morning, what we heard was that as of yesterday, they were supposed to migrate from GCNet to Unipass, and that couldn't work out very well. But this morning we were told that government is in talk with GCNet, and then the system will come back. So we're really assured, because I even saw a communique from the commissioner saying that they are in talks with GCNet, but the system will come out pretty shortly. But still, we don't have it, and we are all sitting there idle.
I wonder why we do this thing to ourselves as a country. We are a developing nation, and we are trying to strive hard to make things work for us. GCNet has been in operation. You know, I'm not for GCNet. I'm not for anybody. All what we want as freight forward is that we need to get a credible system that will allow us to be able to do our work effectively and also to be able to serve our clients. What is actually worrying me so much about this present issue happening is that we are not yet over the lockdown and the COVID-19 issue with rent and demurrage charges and all of that. We are not yet over, and then this issue also comes.
The vice chairman of the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Johnny Mante, noted that importers were pressuring them for their goods, and the earlier the issues were resolved, the better it will be for all parties.
This is not something that's ever happened. Of course, when GCNet was working, we could see 2 hours, 1 hour downtime, but this is unprecedented, and the issues that I would say that not just freight forwarders, but we have importers calling our office, you know, saying what's going on. And if you tell them the issues that is between, you know, at that level, GCNet on one side and government on one side, that's what they don't seem to kind of understand. They thought it was probably a system failure, but then once you explain these issues to them, they tend to feel that at that level this shouldn't be happening, that there should be a closure as soon as possible for business to get back to normal.
Meanwhile, the executive secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association, Samson Asaki Awingobit, says the senior minister should be blamed for the situation at the port.
I strongly believe that the senior minister's office wasn't properly advised, because we are talking of taking a major stakeholder out of the clearance supply chain system, which has been here for the past 10 years or so, GCNet, who have built their system and continue to upgrade. And even the last one, 2017, we show how they reinvested on the paperless implementation. If government think that there's something wrong and they want to bring a new system in place to replace the GCNet system, which is the Unipass, I strongly believe that professionally, from the Commissioner General, the Commissioner in charge of Custom should have advised the Senior Minister that they will need 3 months or more to work along with the new system and GCNet till they fade off.
Mr. Asaki further noted that the government and the senior minister must absorb the 2 days demurrage and rent charges that importers would incur.
Those who were supposed to take their cargo out of yesterday, or those who were supposed to send declaration and demurrage and rent is catching them, I want to call on the government that it's the make of the government, and the government through the senior minister should have absorbed this demurrage and rent that has caused as now as we speak 2 days in the system. Port is still not operational.
Now, residents of Choko, one of Accra's fishing community, want the government to put up a more permanent bridge over the Chemo Lagoon, which connects Ablekuma West and South constituencies. Now, their plea follows the destruction of a floating bridge over the lagoon after Sunday's heavy rain. We have more on this report filed by CitiNews's Philip Ni-Lati.
Residents of Choko heaved a sigh of relief after Member of Parliament for Ablekuma West constituency, Ursula Owusu Ekufo, facilitated the construction of what she described as a floating bridge for the community 3 months ago. The minister assured residents not to be bothered about the bridge in rainy seasons, as the floating bridge will automatically move up to pave way for rushing water above its level. The Chemu Bridge connects residents of Choko and Shiabu, which makes it easier for them to walk to and from various communities. Unfortunately, residents in this community find it difficult crossing the lagoon following the distraction caused to the floating bridge by last Sunday's heavy rains.
You can see this is very dangerous thing you've seen over there. People have been crossing it with the dangerous life, and it's very dangerous. So we want the government to fix it as soon as possible. A lot of children used to cross this thing to go to school. Some have to cross this to go to market, and because of this bridge, we are suffering in this community.
How the pressure is coming from the top, nobody can hold the bridge, because when the water is coming, it comes with rubbish, full rubbish, so nobody can stand on it. At times it brings so many things. So when the thing is coming, the bridge, you have some handle with this thing, you can put your hand on it. Because of that thing, the rain cannot pass top. So anything that will come and choke. Anything that will come and choke. So at that time, there are some rope here. The rope here, then the thing leave and go. So what we need government to come and do is we need government to come and help us.
The bridge itself is being carried away. So, but I personally, I do not think that the bridge that Honorable Oslawusu did was at fault. But it was because of the rubbish. You see, when it rains, this river have its mainstream from Fadama, I think from Fadama coming right down to the seashore. So when it rains like that, it carry a lot of rubbish to this end. So when it gets to this end, it will never move.
The chief of Choko, Shiche Ni Adote Barima II, says government must find an immediate solution to the problem.
We think with this vacuum created by the rainfall, there should be immediate, urgent measures to reconstruct. The temporary one as it is, we have heard that Koda wanted to construct a permanent concrete one. And maybe before we get there, we'll need a temporary one for now.
Okay. Chief Executive Officer of the Coastal Development Authority, Jerry Ahmed Shaib, says the construction firm in charge of putting up a permanent bridge on the Chemu Lagoon will begin work by Thursday.
We had this awarded about a month ago, except that the contractors were working on mobilization and then they need to stay home, affected some of them. So we just had a plan to come to site on Thursday and then to see the way forward, and unfortunately this happened. So just to reassure them that the contractors are coming to site on or before Thursday. We're actually going to there's going to be a bridge that would be a driveway as well, and then there will be a pedestrian walkway. So we only will seek their support that in those times they would be respectfully tasked to use the other bridge whilst construction is ongoing here. And that is a directive from His Excellency, and we don't think that anybody should sleep over it.
Well, that's it for today's edition of the City Newsroom. Log on to our website, CitiNewsroom.com, for more stories.
Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video contents from City TV.
Download the City Newsroom app from the Google Play Store and keep updated on the go.
And of course, City TV is live on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Vivian Kai Lopo.
And I am Omar Sandamado. Thank you for watching.